I love the fact that you can take flour, sugar, butter, egg, and yeast and mix everything together, and you have this very soft, pillowish thing called bread. And the good part is that your entire house, yes, I mean your entire house, will smell like you are in a bakery. I love baking bread. It's one of my top number one thing to bake, especially when I have a lot on my mind. I'm thinking about a lot of things and I just want to bake something. Really, it takes a lot of time, yes, but I just want to bake something, or just want to show my loved ones that yes, I have you in my heart, because it takes a lot of effort to bake bread. I love it, either by hand, by my mixer. I just love baking bread. My name is Nathy and you are welcome to the Kitchen Legacy, where I get to cook over 329 recipes from my dad's old cookbook. And today, one of the recipes that we have is dinner rolls. So, join me as we make our delicious looking dinner rolls.
So I'm going to be using 500 grams of flour, right? And you can mix it if you want to. You can use bread flour, you can do half bread flour and half flour. But for the recipe, it calls for all-purpose flour, which is 500 grams. And we are using 50 grams of margarine. I'm not using butter because butter is expensive. So I'm just going to be using margarine for this recipe and for most of the recipes. Anyway, back to what we're doing. I'm adding 15 grams of yeast to my warm milk. So I want to see if the yeast is good enough for me to use. I'm just testing out the yeast and I'm trying to activate it. So I'm mixing my yeast and my milk, and I'm going to leave it for about 15 minutes to 20 minutes, or until I see like a foam on top of I see a foam. Then I know that yes, that foam, this is the foam I'm talking about, and I know that my yeast is good and it is ready to go. So I'm going to be mixing my yeast and my egg together. So I'm mixing 1 egg to my yeast mixture. So you want to mix the wet ingredient and add it to the dry ingredient, which is the flour and butter that I already have. So I'm going to mix this all together and let them combine together and add it to my flour mixture. So dinner roll is a sweet dough. It's obviously a sweet dough, so I'm going to be adding sugar to this to give it that sweetness when you eat it, because it's a sweet dough. It's something that's, it's delicious, so you have to add sugar. It's not a salted bread, so it's a rich dough. It's a rich buttery dough. So I'm going to be adding sugar to this, and I'm going to mix it all together. So this is the beauty of using a mixer, right? Because you don't get to use your hands. Like when I started baking, I would use my hands to literally bake everything always. Like it was so frustrating. You're making croissant, you're using your hands to knead. You're making donuts, you're using your hands to make. So I had to invest in a good mixer, and I've been using this mixer for like over 6 years now. Like it hasn't given me any problem. I've been using it to bake and I love it. I really, really love it, that I really don't know how to use my hands to knead a dough anymore. But anyway, I'm just going to knead this dough together, like let everything like really come together, and let the mixer.
So at this point, I just want to increase the speed so that it can, knead faster. And yeah, so if you want to add like fruit to it, this is a good time to add your fruit, so everything can just, knead perfectly together. So it's all so to know when your dough is quite ready, it would, all your side of your bowl will be clean. As you can see, the side of my bowl is already clean. So you want to take your bread out of your bowl and just lightly flour a surface that you're going to knead the bread by hand. So the mixer has done majority of the work, but you just want to put the dough together,
knead it a bit, go take it back and forth, just knead it and put it in a bowl, cover it with a cloth or something, and just allow it to rise. So that should take about an hour for it to rise, or it's going to double inside, which is about an hour or an hour 30 minutes, and that's the first rising process of your dough. 1 hour 30 minutes, you want to deflate your dough. Your dough must have risen a bit. I don't know what happened to my dough. It really didn't rise as much as I thought it was going to rise. I think maybe the yeast had some issues, but yet again we tasted the yeast to see that it was able to rise a bit. It had that foamy texture to show that the yeast was good, but I really don't know what happened. But anyway, the bread came up a bit. That we can portion it equally, and everything is going to be evenly sized, and everything is going to bake at the same time. So for the measurement of the bread, I decided to go with 88 grams because I felt like 88 grams was just perfect, or opposed to like 100 grams, because the bread is going to rise and it's still going to be big enough for your dinner roll. So 88 grams was just perfect, and it gave me like a good amount of bread rolls. So what I'm trying to do is to create that round bun shape that we know. So I'm just rotating the bread round in my palms. I'm pinching the bottom of the bread so it forms like a bun roll, like that circle bunish look that we know. So that's what I'm doing. So you want to pinch the edge of it, use your palm of your hands to just rotate it. And I'm just going to be using this mini loaf pans that I got a while ago. It's really perfect. This mold is really perfect in making bread or making like basically cakes, banana bread. I use it a lot. I love it. So I'm going to be using it for my bread dinner rolls today. I'm going to be using it for my dinner rolls today. So yes, I love this pan. I really do love it. So I'm basically just trying to let it fit into the mold. I'm stretching it out a bit and I'm just letting it fit into the mold perfectly, and I'm just going to leave this to rise. So this is the second rising phase. I'm going to let it rise for like an hour again. I don't know how it happened, but some of the clips that I recorded, I deleted some of my clips accidentally, and I don't have when the bread rised. So anyway, I'm just going to do a voiceover for this. So you're going to let the bread rise for about an hour, and when your bread rises for an hour, you have to bake it. And when you bake it, your entire house is going to be smelling like you are in a bakery. No capping, guys. It's that good. It's really, as in, like, your neighbors are going to be in trouble because of the way that the entire house is going to be smelling like freshly baked bread. So you're just going to let it bake in the oven, and when you are done, you have this beautiful, amazing bread that is so soft and so delicious.
Bread is ready, and we have this delicious looking amazing bread. Like I said, bread is one of my favorite things to bake. I don't think I really went with the recipe like that. I was just doing what I know how to do best in baking bread. And yes, we have this very soft, delicious looking bread. Like, it smells good, guys. Like, my entire house was smelling like a bakery. I can't wait to try this. Like, you see, these little pillows that we are having here. I tell you that baking your own bread will spoil buying from the bakery or the shop. I mean it, because it's so good. It's so good. It's soft, it's chewy. It tastes like what a good bread should taste like. It doesn't have a lot of sugar, which I really like, and it's a really good recipe, guys. Thank you so much for joining us and watching another episode. I can't wait for you guys to follow us on this journey. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we can only do it with you guys, your help. So thank you so much for joining this video. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for watching the video through. I know it's not easy to see my face every week, but thank you. I appreciate it, and I see you in my next video. Bye.